What's going on, y'all? I'm Wyatt, one half of Divide and Kiki, and let's get into the fourth episode of the Real Housewives of Rhode Island, okay? So, we have Dolores stopping by Liz's home, and we are just going through what happened the night before. We had that big breakdown between Joellen and Rula, where Joellen was basically accusing Rula's husband of still cheating on Rula with this mystery mistress. It also was revealed that Rula's husband tried to have Joellen fired from her job um, due to these allegations coming up through Joellen. So we have that whole breakdown, and Dolores and Liz are going around saging the areas where these breakdowns of communications occurred. And Liz, of course, is talking about her big breakdown that she had with Kelsey. So Liz and Kelsey had a breakdown, basically because Liz has this friend, Dino, that Kelsey apparently was hooking up with 10 years or so prior to all of this happening. And Kelsey didn't have a really good experience with this person. The person was very controlling, speaking of Dino. And of course, she's very annoyed that this man is always coming around and stuff like that. So Liz felt as though that Kelsey brought up this rumor about Dino and Liz sleeping with each other, to essentially get the scent off of her back about what happened between the two of them. Liz admitted that she was very frustrated with Kelsey, but she also said that she did a little bit too much in her reaction. She was drunk, and she felt like she gave it a little bit too hard to Kelsey. She did a little too much to Kelsey, and she felt awful about what she did. So Liz and Kelsey agree to get together. They get together to help clear Liz's boat. Kelsey basically tells her story. Liz, they have a conversation, a come to Jesus type of moment, and they're able to move on, thankfully. And yeah, and that was basically just the breakdown of what happened that last episode, tying up those loose ends and fixing what needed to be fixed. One thing that I really do like about this cast is that they're able to get into the field, get very angry, get very gutter with each other, but it really doesn't they don't drag out the drama. They don't drag out, like, it's not going to be something is said in episode 1 and we're still talking about it 13 episodes later, looking at you, Beverly Hills. It's not like that. They'll cuss each other out. One episode later, let's sit down and let's talk about it like ladies. And I feel like that's the key to a good housewife show. If we're sitting and harping on issues for episodes upon episodes, seasons upon seasons, that's what got Jersey put on pause. They couldn't get past their own selves. So I think that this cast has learned from previous mistakes with, of course, Jersey and stuff like that, that, hey, we need to get through it or we might not have a show. So, we now have Ashley, who is taking the girls to her favorite beach in Rhode Island. Of course, none of them are, impressed, because the thing about Ashley's a very plain Jane, which I really do enjoy about her. She's very down to earth, it seems. She's not very impressed by, like, all of the glitz and glam and stuff like that. She's just like, I just am basically here to have a good time. And I like that about Ashley. Not everyone has to be there needs to be someone who's like even keel on the cast, doesn't really rock the boat that much, but can form their own opinions. And I think Ashley is just in a place where she's sitting with these girls. It's a new group for her. She's formulating her opinions. I feel like she has some fire in her. And I feel like we're going to eventually see that. I don't want to speak too early, but I want to see her come back for a second season so that we can learn more about her and what she looks like when she's actually ticked off. But all to say, did anything really happen? Oh, so Alicia alleges that Rula's current husband, Brian, cheated on his first wife with her Spanish teacher with Rula. So, child, it's a lot going on. It's a lot. I feel like I'm on like the fourth cheating rumor, and we're only on episode 4. So, we'll see where that goes, because these allegations are flying left and right. Next, we have Joellen. Joellen is off on a trip in Chicago. And her sister is over helping her husband Gary with the kids and stuff like that. Um, I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. Joellen, I think that Jen is sleeping with Gary. Ugh. I think something is going on, and I think you're okay with it. I think that might be just the dynamic of the household. But the way they were flirting, it was a little. Mm-mm. No, like it couldn't be me and my husband. It just could not be. Maybe I'm a little too possessive. Maybe I'm a little too old school. Maybe I'm a little too antiquated. But don't be. Mm-mm. No, because I think Joellen even said that like they made it to second base, like they were touching on each other's body oddies back in high school, and I'm just like, look, Joellen, if you like it, I love it. Okay, if you like it, I love it. The dynamic, I'm not gonna lie, they do look like they all get along and they have a good time. So it might be just a dynamic that they have, and it works for them. If it works for you, you like it, I love it, Buki. But just could not be my household, unfortunately. Unfortunately, it just could not. So let's see. Next, we get into Alicia. She invites some of the ladies over. And basically, they're just having a big Italian feast with Alicia's family. We're having a really good time. We're breaking down essentially Rula's over there, and who else is over there? Alicia's over there, Liz is over there. And they're essentially talking, it feels like classic Jersey, which I really do enjoy from this show now that we know Jersey's coming back, thank God. But like, this is holding us over, which I'm really appreciative of. So while we're there, we're having a conversation about Alicia and her man, essentially, Billy. And basically, they're saying that Billy needs to put Alicia's name on the house. They've been together for 9 years. She has a kid with him. She's been engaged for 9 years. Um, and for some reason, Billy will not put her on the house. That's a problem. That is a problem because not for nothing, that is a joint home. You are raising, Billy, she is raising your daughter in that house. That is y'all joint home. So for you to feel as though that you shouldn't put that woman on the house, that's a red flag right there. Listen, Alicia, I don't think you should walk down the aisle. And you said that you're good at that. You're a runaway bride. You don't really like getting married. You usually figure out, I don't think this is my man. This is going to be my forever love, which I do commend you for because a lot of women will stay with men that they feel as though that they need to stay with just to have a man on their shoulder. I like that you move on from situations. However, this situation, that's a really big red flag. And I like that her family was telling her and her friends were telling her, like, these are really big red flags that if you want to walk down the aisle, your name needs to be on the house. You shouldn't be begging your man for money when, like, that, like, come on now. Like, look, I know that everybody wants to be a boss, everybody want to get it, X, Y, and Z, but I feel as though that if you are a man and you have a woman and that woman has a kid and y'all live together, you need to be providing. You do. She shouldn't have to ask you for money. She shouldn't have to ask you for things. Like, am I going crazy right now? Like, you should be providing a lifestyle for your lady, your fiance of 9 years, and your daughter to keep them at the lifestyle that y'all know that y'all live on. That's it. I don't trust him. I don't trust him one bit. And I feel as though that this lack of commitment, this lack of putting her name on the house is probably because of cheating. I feel like all of these men for some reason are cheating in Rhode Island. I don't know what's going on up there. Maybe it's the oysters. I heard oysters are an aphrodisiac. So I don't know. But it's a lot of cheating going on up there. And it seems like a lot of what's going on with the men are that they want to have their cake and eat it too. Okay? That's how I genuinely feel. It's getting very weird. And then we pivot over to Rula's marriage. She's still trying to downplay the affair, but Alicia's aunts are peeping the BS. Alicia's aunts are like, look, we've been here before, sister. You don't got to do all of that with us, sister. Like, I've been there. We've done that. We've had men cheat on us. We've had men treat us any old type of way. Look, you got to be real. Alicia said Rula needs to hurt Brian. Alicia's aunt said that Rula needs to hurt Brian back. Like, for real. For real. Because Rula, like, the problem that I have is just like, he is so brash with the cheating. Look, my thing is, if you want to cheat, be good at it. Be good at it. You have the mistress posting y'all on social media as if nobody can see that. Y'all say that Rhode Island only 3 apples big. That's not a place where you can really cheat and not be seen. Like, everybody knows each other, apparently. It's a very small population of the in crowd that y'all are in. Joellen followed the girl on Instagram. Like, these are people that are in your circle. And you're cheating within your circle. And everyone knows within your circle. And you're still trying to, like, the problem is, Rula will deny it. He don't deny it. He just look at the camera stupid. Like, oh. Like, yes, you are being clocked for cheating. Admit it. Admit that you are cheating. So that Rula can move on. But again, these men in Salt Lake City, Jesus. These men in Rhode Island want their cake and they want to eat it too. Can't do it like that. You can't do it like that. Stuff is going to hit the fan. And I can't wait to watch. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. So next we're getting into Rosie. And Rosie's big storyline is basically she doesn't really want to have kids. She's basically placing it at a space she doesn't want to be like her mom. I get it. A lot of people are like that. I don't feel as though that I can be a good parent because I don't feel like I had good parents. Cool. However, it does seem like her husband wants to eventually have kids. Rosie's not there at all. And I always say, look, if you don't want kids, do not have them. We have too many parents that did not want kids that kept them. And now their kids are messed up. They messed up. The family messed up because nobody wanted these people to be here. Now everybody just sitting here bitter and looking at each other. I commend women when they say they don't want to have kids and they stick to it. Listen, if kids aren't for you, stick with that. Kids aren't for everybody. And I really do respect people who won't have kids. I really do. Kids are not for everybody. You have to have a very specific mindset and a very specific being to even have a kid. People do not realize when you become a parent, you're a parent for the rest of your life. It doesn't stop when they turn 18. You are a parent to this person for the rest of your life. If you're not going to commit to that, you don't need to be a parent. And I do like Rosie for that. Now, I do understand women saying that, you're going to be in 5-10 years, you might regret it. What if she doesn't? A lot of women don't regret it. And I really am enjoying this era where women have more of a choice of where they want their life to go. Because everybody thinks that having a family and having kids, that's the penultimate top of life. And that's not what life is for everybody. And I really do commend her for giving a storyline where she's just like, I don't really want to have kids. And she admitted that when we first got together, me and my man, we were trying for kids. We were really trying for kids. And then I sat down like, is this really what I want? Do I really want a child? And she stopped. I enjoy that. Now, let's get into it. Rosie is hosting the main event of this week. And it's going to be, what is this? The Rhode Island Rail Explorers, which is a multi-person bicycle on train tracks. Yes. So, we're doing that. Rosie, of course, is, hosting, doing her thing. But we're getting into some backstory about Rosie. Apparently, Rosie was fired. Allegedly, Rosie was fired from the station because she had an affair with a higher up. This like the fifth affair rumor. I'm only on episode 4. Them oysters, I'm telling you, it's the oysters up there. It has to be the oysters. It has to be the oysters. It's a natural Listen, a rack of oysters and a lemon drop, I get it. Oh, listen, I get it, but we gotta calm down. We gotta calm down. We do. So, essentially, we get to the point where we're all sitting down after our activity, and the girls are talking about the blow up that Liz had. Earlier in the episode, the girls had a conversation about Liz, and they were basically discussing how, look, Liz is like a hurricane. When she's angry, she really will get at you, and you kind of have to get out of the way. So Rosie essentially just brings this up again in front of Liz and somewhat throws Alicia under the bus. But I feel like this is the second time that Rosie has brought something up that Alicia has said, and Alicia kind of runs away from it. I felt like she did that the first episode with the Kelsey situation, and she's doing it again where Alicia did say that Liz is like a hurricane. It's big emotion whenever Liz gets upset. So for Alicia to blow up on Rosie to this degree, it's like, whoa, you did actually say that. Now, Rosie, you gotta stop crying every time someone yells at you. Girl, yell back. Girl, yell back. I would have been like, not for nothing. I would have been like, we were all sitting there and we all agreed and we all said the same thing. So for you to sit there and act like I'm just making something up and putting words in your mouth, I'm not doing that. And Alicia was only doing that because I feel like Alicia is afraid of Liz. I feel like I feel like Liz is the Dolores of Rhode Island. Like, those girls are very afraid of her. I feel like Liz, listen, isn't there a rumor that she has mob ties? Was that Liz or Alicia? One of them girls, it's alleged that they have mob ties. So I can see why these girls move a little scared around each other. It gets very Jersey-like, it seems. Like them early classic seasons of Jersey where they were at the Brownstone and the Godfather in the back. I feel like it gives that in them pizza shops in Rhode Island, child. I feel like some of these things might be a front, allegedly. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what comes out. But, yeah, not for nothing. The girls are all afraid of Liz, and that's basically the reason that Alicia blew up on Rosie the way that she did, because she doesn't want to rock the boat with Liz. But the thing is, I don't think Liz is like... Liz has a big bark, and she probably can bite, but Liz, from what I see, is very headed. She knows how to keep a level head. Like, when she blew up last episode on Kelsey, she immediately was just like, look, I did way too much, like, but don't ever do that again to me. Like, don't play with me. And I do enjoy that she's able to, like, keep her head on, and she doesn't take it to 10. And Liz told Alicia, you need to calm down or you're going to regret what you're doing right now. Like, you can say how you feel, but going off to this degree, it's not a good look, girl. And it really wasn't, because not for nothing, she wasn't telling the truth. She wasn't. So Alicia and Rosie, they agree to talk. They hug it out. And we move on from that situation, which I really like. So, yeah. That was this episode. I'm really enjoying these ladies. I feel as though that they really have struck fire with this cast. And I'm excited to continue my reviews. I do apologize for missing a week. I did have a death in the family, so I needed to reset myself and get myself back to being. And we're back. We're doing our thing. So until next week, peace out, y'all. We'll see y'all.